Good morning, everybody. It's John from Veganism KILLS. Today we're going to go over the fraud, the outright fraud and debts these quacks are inflicting upon children and everybody else today by dealing with the Hypocrites Institute. It is Friday, September 10th, and it's 7:20 a.m. We're going to go over two videos today. They're already queued, and you'll hear commentary from me on this. It's very upsetting to see these people are actually targeting people outside the country from Canada, caused the death of somebody in Canada, almost killed another person, and you'll see that in two videos, and the charges that were filed, and you'll watch this guy openly lie to reporters who actually have the exact statements that he said, which he denies. He's a fraud, like the whole Hypocrites Institute. Frauds. Any doctor knowing what this guy did, this director, this fake doctor has done, and then went and signed up to work for him, they should have their license revoked as well. Now let's begin.
Mehr Geschmack. Mehr Vielfalt.
After a stage 4 cancer diagnosis, Kim Curry was looking for hope.
That was the saddest day of my life.
Every time they don't know what to do.
A few months later, she went to
liar.
this talk by Brian Clement on the Six Nations First Nation and heard all about his Hippocrates Health Institute.
We've had more people reverse cancer than any.
We had more people reverse cancer than any institute in the history of healthcare. Okay? That's his statement he's making right there. Supposedly, he's cured more people of stage 4 cancer than anybody else in the world. And I want you to notice when the National who's reporting on this, notice how all the crazy vegans went and downvoted this. Okay? This is the same shit they tried to do to my channel. Right? The guy's killed somebody with quackery. Alright? But the vegans think it's okay. They get angry.
Institute in the history of healthcare.
I felt I'm going to beat this by what he's just said to me.
You should listen to me.
Clement is licensed as a nutritionist
Listen to him.
in Florida, but has been using the title doctor for years.
We're here with Dr. Brian Clement.
Now,
First of all, he's not a doctor. Here we go. Look.
CBC News has learned that Florida's Department of Health wants him to stop. No more doctor
Cease and desist. Practicing medicine without a license.
titles. No more practicing medicine without a license.
This is the girl. Two girls went there from Canada with leukemia. They were treated with unproven and possibly dangerous therapies. One of them has died.
The documents allege Clement treated 2 minor children with unproven and possibly dangerous therapies.
This is the girl Dr. Clement killed. Michaela. I believe her name is, but they'll tell you her name in there.
As we've reported, Michaela Salt went to Hippocrates last.
That's right. Dr. Clement took this girl who had a 90% chance of survival if she went to chemotherapy and gave her quack treatments and killed her.
Summer after leaving chemotherapy. She suffered a relapse of leukemia and died last month. And the family of another First Nations girl also bought in.
This part here, there's another girl who had a 90% chance of curing her cancer with chemotherapy, yet after she talked to Dr. Clement, he told her he can cure her, and now he's going to deny he ever said that.
We can only call her JJ because of a publication ban.
It was like being at a resort.
Her mother said JJ was put on a strict raw diet, received laser therapy and vitamins through an intravenous as part of her treatment there. And she left chemo that doctors say had a 90% chance of saving her life to do it. Her mother says she made that decision after speaking to Clement.
Dr. Clement said, no problem. He said, bring her here. He said, we can definitely help her.
I didn't say that.
When we asked him about
Now here's the reporter who's doing this, asking Dr. Clement right to his face, knowing full well the answer to the question already. They just want to catch him denying it. And there goes the other fraud, his wife, sitting in the background, the other snake.
it, he denied it.
You're ridiculous.
And in a recent interview with U.S.
If that was my kid, and he did that to my child, there'd be hell to pay. Hell to pay. You would have no idea what he's done. I would rain hellfire upon this guy. He's killing children. And just because he killed one child, why should he stop? Kill some more. And the vegans will just come out and downvote you for telling the truth. The vegans. The worst enemy. The truth.
media, he had even more denials.
No, we don't believe the Institute reverses cancer or any other disease.
But he has a history
There he is, look. Dressed in black. He's probably attending the funeral of one of the patients he killed.
of claiming it does.
What ailments have you cured by putting your patients on a vegan diet?
Every known disease.
There you go. I cure every known disease, though I'm not a doctor.
We have, again, the longest history on the planet Earth, the highest success rate on the planet Earth of people healing cancer.
There he goes, telling, I heal cancer. What do? Wheatgrass enema.
Kim Curry regrets falling for Clement's claims. The 3-week life transformation program at Hippocrates nearly ended hers.
When I came home deathly ill.
Clement was fined over $3,000 and given 30 days to respond. The department says their investigation is ongoing and warned Clement may face further penalties, including criminal charges. Connie Walker, CBC News, Toronto.
Okay, now you see that video. You see the vegans came in and downvoted it, the reporter doing her job. Now let's go to the other video. This is where the good doctor puts hands on a woman asking him a question. You'll see that in here too. So here we go.
It's hard to imagine more anxiety-ridden decisions than those for parents with
Notice all the acolytes came down and downvoted the channel. Okay? Look, because, the truth hurts. Vegans, you're mentally ill. That's the only thing I can understand if you can't see this guy's a fraud and you support him after he's killed children and has been told to cease and desist, and he still continues to treat children. And guess what? He's going to kill more children.
a seriously ill child. Last month, we showed you the controversial choices 2 Ontario families made for their daughters, treating leukemia at a Florida massage clinic. Tonight, we confront its angry owner, the man in whom they and hundreds of others place the ultimate trust. The CBC's Connie Walker has the details.
Yeah, I don't want to give anyone false hope.
Stephen Pugh used to work as a nurse at the...
This is the National again out of Canada. They went all the way to Miami, Florida to talk to this registered nurse who used to work at the Hippocrates Institute. And I won't call them their right name because that's all they are. They're not Hippocrates Institute. Hippocrates wouldn't promote killing your patients and knowingly killing them. And this is a registered nurse, this gentleman right here, Stephen Pugh. Stephen Pugh and a few other employees who were fired for telling these people, you're not doctors, you shouldn't be overturning doctors' orders and prescribing your own treatments and your own medication when you're not a fucking doctor. Again, look at the vegans, what they do.
The Hippocrates Health Institute.
Support murderers.
His bosses were Brian and Anna Maria Clement.
We actually visualize...
Pugh says they aren't medical doctors, but sure act like it.
Everyone got an appointment with Dr. Anna Maria Clement and Dr. Brian Clement. So everyone got...
This guy being a registered nurse is more an expert on health than the Dr. Clement, who isn't even a real doctor.
Had to see the doctors
So did you saw them prescribe medication to clients?
on a daily basis. Daily basis. Not only prescribe, but actually cancel the physician's orders and advise them to take something totally different.
What is the danger in that?
Death.
We've had more people.
We had more people reverse cancer than any institute in the history of healthcare. Now, watch when the reporter asks him what he says.
Reverse cancer than any institute in the history of healthcare.
Claims like this convinced this Canadian mother, whose identity is protected by a publication ban, to bring her daughter to his spa to treat her leukemia.
By him saying, oh yes, no problem, we can help her, that's the day I stopped the chemo.
They would use the words cure. We're going to cure your illness.
That didn't sit well with Pugh. He spoke out and says he was fired for it. Now he and 2 other former co-workers are suing Hippocrates Health Institute, alleging they were let go for complaining the institute practices medicine without a license. We wanted to speak to Brian Clement. He had refused our repeated requests for an interview. Excuse me.
Now this is the part where he's going to put hands on the reporter. All right, because he's been caught. That's vegans right away when they've been caught or the whole thing falls through and they know they realize the truth is facing them in the face. They want to attack you.
Dr. Clement? So we went to see him at his spa and could never have predicted what would happen next. I'd like to ask you about allegations you're practicing medicine without a license.
Well, I don't know where you come up with that idea.
We've heard from several employees who claim that you're practicing medicine without a license and treating children with cancer.
We don't treat anyone here.
We spoke to a mother whose daughter has leukemia, and she says that you told her that it's not difficult.
The way he should. You'd think he was in professional wrestling because he's acting like one. And we all know that's fake too.
To deal with.
I didn't say that.
What did you say to her?
Look at the other sleaze bag in the back. She's got the same charge as this sleaze bag.
You're ridiculous.
People pay a lot of money and have a lot of hope.
In the last video, you'll see they edited it. But you're going to see the whole thing. Well, watch what happens.
In the treatments that you're providing here. Do you feel
when
any
the crook
responsibility?
gets caught.
You should feel responsibility.
What do you do here?
It's not the doctor. It's the he's against the establishment center because you killed somebody, you jackass, with your fraud. And you continue. You've been ordered to cease and desist, but you still continue.
We educate. You're a liar. You're part of the system. You better learn something before
Look
you
at him. He's
make
getting
allegations.
angry.
What system are we part of?
Like most of
You're
these
part of the
vegan
system
quacks.
of
Look,
deception.
How do you
put
help somebody
hands
treat
on her.
leukemia?
Get out of here. How about the
Lawsuits
tens of
against you.
thousands of people who have been here for the last 60 years?
You're lucky
Give us
I
the names
wasn't
of
here
people
because
that
if
you've
you
helped.
would
Get in
put
the
hands
car.
on that woman in front
You
of
can
me,
get on
you'd
the
be
internet.
needing
That's
a
where you get
real
most of
fucking
your
doctor.
information from.
Please don't touch me.
Did you
Get
see what he
off my
just did?
property.
Don't touch
Off
me.
my property.
I'm getting off your property.
Right now.
That was a pretty intense scene. Connie's back here now in Toronto. What do we know about the other Canadians who've gone there?
Well, it appears to be very popular with Canadians. Pew says that at times up to a third of the patients that he treated at Hippocrates were from Canada. And we know that Brian Clement has traveled extensively in Canada within the last year and given at least 19 different talks in towns and cities across the country.
Now, you told us the story last month about those 2 young children. What do we know now on them?
Yeah,
Well, the
he's
girl that you saw in
religious,
the video,
man.
she's
Killed
still
my
being
neighbor.
treated by Clement, even though she's back at home. She was set to send her blood work to the clinic earlier this month. And Michaela Salt, who we've told you about, attended Hippocrates in July. And in the fall, McMaster doctor testified that she has suffered a relapse. And as you mentioned, we reported that she was hospitalized last month. I heard from her parents today. They say that she is home, and they maintain that she is healed.
All right. Connie, it's quite a story.
And there you go. That's the frauds vegans follow. But they see nothing wrong with pushing veganism.
Große Privathaftpflichtaktion.
And on that, I'm out of here. You vegans need to wake the fuck up. You're not the smartest people, you're the dumbest. Stop pretending.